Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Melon here, back for ICBA Week 6, taking on Dom and his Naganadels. I don't know how you say it. As you guys know from GBA Power Rankings, I do not know how to say that word, even a little bit. So, definitely a must-win week against. We have got a really tough schedule. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We have, I think we have a really tough schedule. We have either played or we are going to play all the top teams in the league, bar maybe one or two. And even then, one of the top teams that weren't top teams has just been subbed in for someone. So I don't know how good that person is. It could be better, could be worse. I don't know. But yeah, so we have definitely a tough schedule. If we want to make playoffs, we need to be absolutely killing this. The question of the day is, what record do you think I'm going to need to hit playoffs? I think I need to aim for 6 and 4, and I think I may scrape playoffs with a good differential. Because I think the chances of us winning out are so low. The chance of going 6 and 4 is tough. But it starts here with against one of the top teams in the league. I think he's second or third or something. At this point this week, he is 4 and 1. He's got a really cool team. So let me read out the team that he is rocking out with. He's got a Genesect, a Latios, a Mega Aerodactyl, a Alolan Muck, a Ditto, a Buzzwole, a Golurk, a Vaporeon, a Mesprit, a Klefki, and a Trevenant. So the 6 I'm expecting my opponent to bring, as you guys can see on the screen, are the Genesect, the Mega Aerodactyl, the Latios, the Buzzwole, the Ditto, and the Alolan Muck. While the Golurk and the Vaporeon could definitely two things that can come. He's brought Golurk every single week, but I don't think it has the best matchup this week. But he has brought it every single week, and we're at week 6. So he obviously likes Golurk, and he knows how to use it well because he's from 1. So I do feel that there's a good chance Golurk comes. There's also a good chance the Vaporeon comes. I don't think the Mesprit or the Klefki or the Trevenant are coming. Trevenant is probably the least likely thing. He hasn't actually brought it yet, and it does not have a good matchup against my team. It actually has an okay matchup against the team that me in particular, are bringing today, just because I don't have loads of things to hit it, but it still doesn't have the best matchup, so I don't feel that he's bringing the Trevenant at all. The Mesprit could maybe come, the Klefki could also maybe come, but I don't see it. I think the other 8 mons he has on his roster make more sense versus me. So let's go into the 6 mons I decided to bring. As you guys just saw on your screen, the Giratina, the Mienshao, the Volcarona, the Sizzle, the Pima, the Whimsicott, and the Mew. So first up is Giratina. We're going mixed, but mainly physical once again, with Dragon Claw, Shadow Sneak, Earthquake, and Air Cutter, because I'm thinking that once he figures out that I'm mixed, say that I get a big old Shadow Dragon Claw or something off on, well, potentially could be a switch in, maybe Vaporeon, or maybe the Alolan Muck. I get a big Declaw EQ off on that, and potentially decides that actually he wants to go into his Buzzwole. I've got the Air Cutter there, and I'm going to be doing a lot of damage, so that's definitely really nice for me. Next up, we've got the Mew, which actually has a very good chance to win. This is going to be my win con this game, for sure. With Bulk Up, Leech Life, Zen Headbutt, and Roost, I've got to be a bit careful around the Genesect. I don't think he's bringing a special Genesect to this game. I don't think he's bringing Buzz, that's the one, not Buzzbug. I don't think he's bringing that to this game. I think he's bringing you. Well, what was that? Oh, sorry. I think he's bringing U-Turn as his Bug type stab, and he'll be slightly mixed, but mainly physical. He may even bring Shift Gear, which can be really, really dangerous for my team. But we're gonna have to play around that. There's just not a lot I have for it, to be honest with you guys. So, next up we have the Gareth, the Sizzle with Sword Dance, U-Turn, Bullet Punch, and Roost. I am basically max HP, and I can just do damage to stuff. I can switch into Latios, okay. I can U-turn on Mew, I can switch into Buzzwole, okay. I can Bullet Punch the Mega Aero. I do decently. Unfortunately, I've been joined quite a lot this week, so I don't actually remember my team that well, so it's really nice that I'm doing this, because like remembering what everything's for. I'm assuming that my Sizzle takes hits from the Latios the best, and I can just pivot around that. So next up we've got a Choice Scarf, the Volcarona, with Bug Buzz, Flamethrower, Giga Drain, and U-Turn. So definitely can catch a Choice Scarf Genesect off guard, can potentially even switch into Genesect. I don't see him bringing coverage for my Volcarona this game, simply because I think he's going to have full move syndrome. So Volcarona can definitely check that thing. I need to keep healthy. I need to try and make sure that rocks just never get on the field. And if so, because I've got a bit of an interesting decision with my Pima to try and make sure that doesn't happen. But you guys are going to see. So next up is Shaolin. I'm really proud of this set. I think it's super, super cool. He's brought Ditto to every match. It makes a lot of sense against my team. So I can sub, and I'm Salicberry, so I can sub till I get my speed boost, and I outspeed his whole team. If I get an SD up, then I pretty much win. And I can have Protect because my only attacking move is High Jump Kick. So if he switches into his Ditto, well, I'm at +2, and what he's trying to do is, you know, get a +2, scarf me and Shadow to try and beat my team. Well, I can Protect, and he's going to take 50% from that. And then I can go into my Mew, and I absolutely chew the hit. So it's definitely, or even the Giratina, I can chew the hit. So he's going to take another 50%. So definitely really, really like this set, especially if I can get behind a sub. It kind of it puts in a lot of work. It puts in a lot of work. So next up, we've got Pimo with Moonblast, Energy Ball Knockoff, and Defog. I am Infiltrator simply because of the Muck. I don't want to defog him going to Muck and me not be able to get the rocks away. So, and I'm Knockoff because Muck is the other switch in and getting rid of that thing's berry is super, super nice. He could also maybe switch in Ditto to this thing or the Genesect and getting rid of any of those things items. Super, super nice. So that's the team. I'll see you guys at the match.
Okay guys, we're here with the battle portion of the video, and let me tell you, me and Dom, we just could not win with this match. Things kept coming up on his side, meaning we had to delay it, which means we're super late right now. Then when we finally got a slot that both of us could do, once I genned, we like went to battle, and then oh no, when we went to battle, he couldn't find a Jenna, so we had to wait a little bit longer. Then we found a Jenna. Then we went to battle, and one of my mons wasn't working. I had no idea which one, so I had to find a Jenna to try and help me. I figured out that it was most likely Mew, and I got help from, let me tell you, right meow, because I would like to shout them out, but I've forgotten their like Discord. It's like Neon, something like that. Where in but Jesus is it? Okay, I can't find it right now, but his link will be in the description down now. It's like NeoZen, or it's not that. I can't remember. Neo Zero maybe, I think is his name. I'm pretty sure that's his name actually. So I'm pretty sure I got that one. So he helped me figure it out. He got me a Mew, genned in, which is awesome. So the team is still exactly the same, but then what happened was Dom realized that his Lati was the wrong hidden power. It wasn't hidden power fire, it was like hidden power flying or whatever it was, some random hidden power. So he then had to get that regened, and then after all of that genning, I think it was about 10 turns into the game, I disconnected, and I was like, look man, my internet, I didn't actually say this, but my internet, I'm pretty sure it was me anyway, because my internet had been awful all day, and I just thought, let's just play on Showdown. Let's just play on Showdown. I didn't record it because my computer doesn't enjoy going to my Wi-Fi, so yeah, I suppose it's on slow. And yeah, so we see that the opponent decided to bring the Genesect, the Ditto, the Latios, the Golurk, the Vaporeon, and the Aerodactyl. So he didn't bring the Muck and the Muck and the Buzzwole like he was expecting. Instead brings the Golurk and Vaporeon. Two things I definitely thought could come. Golurk just because he's brought it every single week and he's very good with using it, and two, Vaporeon makes a lot of sense for it switches into my Giratina on either side because it's bulky. So definitely makes a lot of sense. So looking at this game, I'm really feeling like if I can get Dillo below 50% and I can get rid of the Golurk, it looks like my Mian Chao can win. So how am I going to try and do that? One, I think that Mew will either be able to suck in the Golurk as a sack, or be able to get 50% on the Ditto with the Leech Life, as it's a pretty good roll in my favour. To go ahead and grab that. From my opponent, Genesect is just such a threat. It's such a great mon. It's really good against my team, and there's not much I can do about it. I need to find out what item that thing has got. I'm hoping to be able to knock it off with the Whimsicott basically going in. Giratina's looking like it's got a decent matchup. But like I said, Vaporeon always takes a hit. But I've got Whimsicott, we can switch into that. Scizor is kind of useful as well. He doesn't really enjoy taking bullet punches, especially if I can get to +2. Actually, his team doesn't really enjoy that except for the Vaporeon. So if Vaporeon does go down, that potentially opens a hole up for my Scizor there. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get into the game. I'm going to lead with my Giratina just because I feel like he's either going to lead with his Genesect or his Aerodactyl. And I feel like Genesect I can just switch into my Volcarona, and the Aerodactyl, Giratina takes hits from that thing really quite well. He's probably got the crunch, but I still take hits really quite well. So I leave Lucifer as he does indeed lead with the Genesect. So like I said, he's going to get the special attack raised. I'm going to go ahead and just go straight out into my Volcarona, I was actually looking the other way, did not see this was Dark Pulse and scrambling around to find out what kind of move it was, but I'm going to click U-turn, assuming he's not going to stay in as he goes out into the Vaporeon, showing me that Aerodactyl is not his switch in, making me maybe think that he was Hone Claws or some kind of superset. So like I said, every time this thing comes in, I'm going out into my Pima. I'm going to click Knock Off here, trying to hope to catch the Genesect or anything that really wants to come in. I don't see him switching into the area here. So just knock off the Knock Off here, and we see the Occa Berry. So we know this thing can switch up moves. I'm going to go right back into my Ra, wishing I wasn't Scarf right now, because he's been able to get this thing in really quite comfortably. I mean, it's twice in 4 turns, so I'm going to fire with the Flamethrower here in case he tries to get cheeky with his Wincon, and then I'm just going to go back out into the Whimsicott. My opponent is going to make a pretty clean play, and showing me that his game plan is definitely the right one, and that's getting his Genesect in as much as possible. He's going to get his Genesect in quite cleanly here, as I'm going to have to just go ahead and sack my Ra. If I was a bulkier Ra, maybe with leftovers, like max speed, max HP, with a little bit of Spit F investment, that probably would have been better this game, but there are definitely other situations where the Scarf was better. So I'm going to go into my Mienshao, scaring this thing out, and I'm going to pull a pivot out. Well, we'll pause here, because you guys can see a little bit of recreating. I'm going to pull a pivot out into Giratina, expecting him either to go into the Goluk or the Lati. In the game, he actually goes out into the Aero, which I didn't agree with the play, because if I just click High Jump Kick, I guess he was expecting me to click Knock Off. I guess is what he was expecting me to go for. So if I click High Jump Kick there, it probably kills the Aero, or does very close to. But he forgot that he didn't go Goluk, so he so we recreated that. So I'm just going to stay in here, get a Declaw off. Having this thing weakened is very, very good for me. Like, it guaranteed puts it in range of Mew, it guaranteed puts it in range of Scizor, even my Whimsicott, and even Mienshao, if I just get my speed and don't get my SD. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Declaw here, and that does a lot of damage. I mean, showing me that he's fully offensive. This Declaw also does a lot of damage though. So now I'm feeling fine. I'm just going to go straight out into my Scizor, just because I can scare this thing out. And I'm just going to Mega Evolve here and click U-turn, expecting him to go out actually into the Vaporeon, but he goes onto the Iron Giant, which I'm more than okay with. And this is kind of going to screw me up these couple of turns. This is not going to go away from me, and this is where I'm going to start playing a bit poorly. So go for the U-turn, I go out into my Whimsicott here. I calc from that U-turn damage. I don't know. I still don't know what happened, but I calc wrong that this was a max defensive Goluk. So I'm thinking here that if I'm a 2-4, which I'm not, if I'm a max attack, maybe a bit offensive Whimsicott, then I have a very, very good chance to kill this Goluk. And I wasn't really thinking from my opponent's side, because I thought, you know, he has to save this, otherwise Mienshao's just going to win. But that's not the case, because he doesn't know that if I get SD up with Mienshao, he's not planning for me to be Salak and only mono High Jump Kick against a team that's got 2 Ghost types. He's not thinking that in his head. Of course he's not. So should have just gone for the Energy Ball here. But you guys are going to see I make a bit of misplay, and I try and go into my Mienshao, trying to read the Genesect play, because Genesect's such a problem as he gets up his Stealth Rock. So now I have to go back out into my Whimsicott, and he's just going to go for the Shadow Punch, and that's going to do a lot. Unfortunately though, I'm going to fire the Energy Ball this time. So I could have taken this thing out if I just gone straight for the Energy Ball. Unfortunately, he goes for the Fire Punch as well, which is definitely unfortunate. I'm not sure if I would have lived one at full, because I did have the Eye Upper Parry, and that would have been really nice for me. So I lose the Whimsicott, I don't kill the Goluk, and you guys are going to see that, you know, my Mienshao's the Wincon. If I kill the Goluk here, I still have Mienshao, not Mienshao, the Whimsicott around. That gives me something to outspeed Lati. It gives me another thing that outspeeds Genesect, even though I don't do much damage. It gives me a way to switch into Vape and do a lot of damage to it. Whimsicott was really good this game. Definitely a silly play from my end. It's just, I understand why I made the play completely, because I lose a lot of momentum if he goes out into the Genesect, and I wasn't carrying Hidden Power Fire, but he doesn't know yet that I wasn't carrying the Hidden Power Fire. And he's gone into it every time, so definitely should have gone for the Energy Ball there. That is for sure. So we're going to go ahead and resume here as I go back just down to my Giratina Origin. I thought, to be honest, that because Giratina is such a scary threat, it'd be more likely he'd just sack this thing, and I wanted him to sack it. But he's a smart player. I mean, he's going to go out into his Vaporeon, he's going to absolutely chew this hit, as I'm going to do about 33 with the Dragon Claw. So I'm just going to go for another one here, expecting him to definitely go for the Wish. And I'm trying to basically just bait in the Protect here, as he fires off the Wish. So now I'm going to pull a double out into the old Mew. This is a bit risky, but at this point, I felt like Mew is definitely something that can beat his team right now. Definitely something that just beats his team with the set that I am. I'll bulk up Leech Life, Zen Headbutt, and Roost. So it's a bit risky because he could have Scald, he could burn me. However, I can bulk up safely on this thing. And I'm thinking he's going to go for the Protect here. So he does indeed fire off the Protect. And gets back the Wish. So, but the thing is, he doesn't know what this move is, so I'm thinking he might get scared out, as he does indeed get scared out into the Aero. So I'm just going to bulk up here, and this is fine for me, because I can bulk up again. I'm going to take this crunch relatively well, and I can take the next one, even after the second bulk up. So now what I can do is roost up and start to scare my opponent. Honestly, this is not a good situation for him. I've got a pray no crits right now. I'm really in the back. I'm 6 foot down, and he is his major threats on a lot of health, whereas mine are not so much. So I'm just going to start roosting up here, praying for the no crit at all, as Crunch does less and less and less and less, as I'm just going to roost up as he goes out into the Lati. So now I'm expecting him to go for the Dragon Z move. I'm just going to go for my Leech Life. This always kills because I have 76 attack investment, even with the speed I'm expecting him to have and the HP I'm expecting him to have. This is always going to kill. So I'm going to Leech Life here, and then it's going to take out the Jet Blue, and I'm going to get a bunch of health back, putting me at 68%, and putting me out of range of most Genesect, and he doesn't know. So as he goes into the Ditto, my Showdown screwing up, but well. He goes for Leech Life. Now this is huge. This is really huge. I click Leech Life here. I guaranteed live another one because I'm going to get health back. I need this to do over 50%. If this is over 50% and I can get rid of the Goluk, then my Mienshao is going to win. So let's see what happens here. I go for the Roost. And now I'm going to go for the Leech Life here, and we're going to see that actually I'm going to do 49%, so that is big. He can live one high jump kick from me, as he's now going to switch out, very clever, going out into the Genesect, as I believe I actually roost up. So now here I'm going to take another risk. Like I said, in the back, yes, I got rid of the Lati, and I got my Mew at full health, which is definitely a threat to my opponent's team right now. But we've seen Dark Pulse. I don't think he's Bug Buzz, like I said before. I think U-Turn would be his only attacking move, even though he hasn't gone for it. That's Bug type. And I know that Dark Pulse doesn't do too much to me. So I want to see if he over predicts here. So I'm going to go ahead and click Roost, risking a crit and risking the flinch. Definitely risky business here. As I'm going to roost back up and see that he didn't go for it. So now I'm thinking that he's going to think that I'm just going to switch out. So I'm going to go for one more. And unfortunately, he does not switch out. But fortunately for me, I don't get crit. So flinch. So I'm not messing around with this anymore. I'm going straight out into my Shaolin. If he'd gone for another move there, I would have just lost. But I can pressure this thing out. Also, it means that I can still go for 2 subs here with the amount of damage I'm taking. So I'm fine. So I'm going to go ahead and sack my Giratina here to this Genesect, but actually he just pulls double out into the Iron Giant, and I'm thinking, perfect, let this thing drop, as he lets the Iron Giant drop, and that is huge for us. We have a shot with Mienshao now. We were so in the back right now, we still were. I'm going to let this thing go down, go for the Shadow Sneak, get as much damage off as I can. As he just fires off the crunch. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my Sizzle, and I'm just going to click Bullet Punch here, trying to take out this Aero. He probably expects me to U-turn, expecting him to go Vape, but he doesn't. He stays in, and that is so big for us, because now that his Ditto's at 50%, I need him to go. I need Ditto to be the last mon. I need to go for 2 protects, which means I need a mon in the back to sack. So getting rid of his Aero was huge there for me, because if the Mienshao doesn't have this speed race, then I'd have to go for a double protect or something. So that is definitely huge for my opponent. However, if I just click U-turn there, when he has a chance to get me, I get my Mew back in, and that's really not good. Unless he goes hard into his Genesect, that's really not a good space for my opponent to be in. So he goes out into the Genesect now, and I'm just going to let this thing go down. Go for a Bullet Punch, get 24% off. You guys can see if I got an SD up and Vape with down, that'll do almost 50%, so that's quite nice. He goes for the Flamethrower, taking me out, and I'm just going to go out into the Mienshao now, try and force this thing out. I'm going to make a pretty ballsy play, and he doesn't want this thing to go down. It's the only thing that beats my Mew, and I'm just going to go for the sub here. So we're going to get the Salic Berry right now, and I'm actually just going to go straight up for the Soul Stance here, just to confirm that I can indeed take this thing out, and I honestly thought that he might go for the Protect there, so thinking he's going to go for the Protect here again, I'm actually going to call that and go for my own Protect. As he just goes for the Scald. So I reveal Protect, but that's fine because Genesect doesn't outspeed me, this thing doesn't outspeed me, he has to go Ditto and he has to click High Jump Kick. So I'm just going to click High Jump Kick myself and take out this thing. So now he can't go Genesect because I outspeed it. He goes Ditto here. this is exactly what I need here. So this is interesting because this thing just kills my whole team. So I go ahead and click protect as he has to click high jump kick. He takes 50% here, and showdown rounds up, so maybe, just maybe, he's going to die. He lives on 2, and so I just go ahead, sack the Mew. And this is game. Oh my days, what a game this was. I actually live 1, but I needed to sack the Mew anyways. And yeah, I'm like, this is such a good game. So I go here and I click protect. If he goes Genesis, I click high jump kick. Genesis goes down, he comes in, I click protect. I always win this game with high jump kick and protect. This Mian Xiao set coming in clutch. He goes with the high jump kick. Oh, I really wish I had this live because it was such a hype finish to the match. Oh my days. We're going to be able to finish this off with the Mian Xiao winning 1-0. This is such a big win for us, guys. We're now 3-3 plus 1. Differential. Like, really, this is one of my favorite games of the season. My opponent says he choked with sacking Aero, which I think it was a misplay. I'm not sure it was a straight out choke, but it was definitely a misplay, and potentially if he had Aero here, he just goes into his Aero and he wins the game. However, if I click U-turn in that situation, I get Mew in. He doesn't know what my full moveset with the Mew was, so it would have been a different game because also we were both at 4-4, I believe, at that point. I believe I had Giratina, Scizor, Mew, and Mian Xiao left, and he had Aero, Vaporeon, Ditto, and the Genesect. So, different game. Definitely coming to the end game though. Really enjoyed it. Make sure you go check him out in the links down below. One of the best players in the league. Definitely think he's going to make playoffs, which means he'll have an advantage against me because I really prepped for this game hard. I really love this Shaolin set. I'm really glad it paid off well. Being able to beat the opponent's Ditto. It's a shame that I didn't get the sweep I want with it because I didn't get the 50% off, but that is what it is. So that's going to be all for this week's ICBA match. Sorry it's on Showdown, but we had we just could not catch a break. That was what it was. We couldn't catch a break. No one's fault. We just couldn't catch a break. So that is going to be all from me. If you did enjoy the video, smash the like button. But other than that, I will smell you later.